शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्न उपशान्तये। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येम अक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नः तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अग्ने नयसुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नममुक्तिं विधेमा। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अग्ने नयसु ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषव्यो अतिव्याधी महारथो जायताम् दुग्ध्रीधेनुः ओढालड्वानासुः सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णुरथेष्ठा सभेयो युवास्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायतां निकामे निकामेनः पर्जन्यो वर्षतु फलवत्यो न ओषधयः पच्यन्ताम् योगक्षेमो नः कल्पेताम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु। अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनिरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः के मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So today we are just having the Punyah Vachana mantrams almost at the conclusion, and from next we may take up the Vishnu Sukta mantras. And so today I just try to cover what are the mantras that have been selected and present in our syllabus, like a text published by the Ramakrishna people. I'm just
Guruvela, last time you entered page number 202 also. Indra Suniti Sahama Punato. I think you explained.
that's what I'm just sorry, I'm just checking the mantras. Yeah. Correct. Thank you very much. So, we have seen in other always the expression Rushibhihi Sambrito Rasaha Brahmaneshu Amritagum Hitum Yena Devaha Pavitrena Atmanam Punate Sada Tena Sahasradharena Pavamanyaha Punantumam Prajapatyam Pavitram Shata Udyamam Hiranmayam Tena Brahmavido Vayam Putam Brahma Punimahe. So, these Punyah mantras are not only for the human beings, but also for the divine beings, because they are also beings and we are also beings. But only the difference is that they are divine and we are human. However, both of us want elevation and purification to make ourselves eligible for higher planes of experience and attainments. And that's what is, I think, understanding from our Upanishads and from our Vedas. Because at one place we have noted that whenever we start doing some puja, some vratam, some homam, and some such religious activity, gods also come and participate invisibly, and they also derive punyam, and as soon after the function or the activity is over, they will just go away, taking some portion of the punyam that has accrued because of the performance of that. Because all the punya, all yajnas do not happen in the Avalokam, and all that would happen only in the Bhulokam. So, the Swarginaha, those people who are in Swarga, they have to come to the Bhulokam and perform or at least participate in the performances and share the Punya Phalam or beget the Punya Phalam and see that they are relevant. That's why, Kendra, the gods, as Bhagavatam tells us, Punya is there for the divine beings that they can be in the higher firmament. When their punyam is over, they have to come back to the earth, then perform homas and become mahimanaha and get on. That's why this is the concept in Veda which has been introduced and explained to us. And another point is, see, gods, whenever they perform sacrifice, there are Rakshasas. They are Yajna Vighnakaraha. Rakshasas are always fond of disturbing the performances of yajnas. Therefore, it is very important that the gods must perform sacrifice so that they can remain stronger and they will be able to throw away the Rakshasas. And naturally, the demons also, as Ragnavalkya Maharshi in Satavada Brahmana tells, when all people are there upon the earth, good, bad, and different. But when some religious and sacred activity is begun, then the Rakshasas, those who don't want to participate, who don't want to see that, they will just vacate the area. That's why Uttishtantu Bhuta Preta Pisachaha anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. That is, they will go away. And moreover, some Rakshasas are there who want to come and disturb. But the moment the gods understand that the Rakshasas are trying to visit and disturb, they keep quiet, not doing anything. So they come, see, and then they go away. Oh, they are not doing any activity like that, so that we could have a work. So as much as much as this division and taste and attitude, etiquette, etc., in humans, also common in the god and also in the Rakshasas. So the Rakshasas go away, and when they go away, the gods will start. And another point is, in Yajurveda, we get the clue that they don't trust the Bhuloka will be completely free for them anytime. They can come and perform yajna, but it may be completely occupied by the unwanted people and irreligious people, or otherwise. So thereby we have to avoid. So for that purpose, what black speck we find in the sun, moon is supposed to be the portion of land that was deposited by the gods in case of casualty and emergencies. They can still go to Chandramandala, do puja on the bhumi, and become stronger. So don't know, see, as much difficulty and planning and also security and also some kind of preventive measures, gods also will be doing it. That's why here, when you say that Rushibhihi sambrito rasaha brahmaneshu amrutam hitam yena amrutena deva yena pavitrena amrutena devaha atmanam punate sada. So the Atma Punitatvam is the most important thing. And the religious discipline or religion is the only practical way how best we can keep up the purity, sanctity, and so that the day becomes a punyaha. That is, aha is the 24 hours time, and dinam, and that becomes really eventful in a positive way, because every day has got event. But when the event is really remarkable, then we say it is an eventful day. So pavitra prajapatyam pavitram, and so vayam brahmavidaha tena. This is what brahmanaha, one stage, and the next higher promoted stage is brahmavidaha. So brahmavid, brahmavadinaha, and brahmanveshana, brahmanistha. So this is the kind of behavior, kind of activity for the Brahmins being prescribed. It's interesting. Therefore, ultimately, people are not aware of the goals of human birth actually, because they think that body, mind only is important, and with that, they complete their course of life. But unfortunately, that is not the final thing. So the birth itself is an opportunity. It's a Mahalakshmi Swarupam. So that has got to be acclimated. That's why the one has to attempt with the ways and means in order to purify the Atma, and that purification of the Atma will depend upon the purification accrued to the other things also, with which the Purusha is connected. So, for example, he lives in a house, and so the house should be sanctified, purified. The cosmos of the house must turn very much serene, and helpful to us. So, Brahma Vidaha Vayam. And again, now the next is Om Putam Brahma Punimahe. So actually, when we do the Srinivasa Kalyanam, repeatedly, the Purohit will be uttering these mantras, because Srinivasa, Venkatramana Swami or Paramatma Vishnu is pure. No doubt about it. But it is hard for us to maintain the purity or cleanliness. And we get defiled very quickly. So, pavitrata anodu tumba kadime, because it's very difficult to maintain. That's why madi ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಮಡಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು that means trying not to come into contact with any other things which will defile you. So that's why punima apavitra. So before we start anything, and there are measures given by the various rishis and so many religious and traditional scholars who are in practice. They said there are shortcuts also to keep ourselves pure. In that manner, we have Punimahe means Achamanam is being told. Achamanam is a mini bath. If you observe very traditional orthodox people and also Srotriyas or Brahmanishtaparas, they keep on doing number of times Achamanam per day because they want to keep up themselves pure. So, Punimahe means we want to become pure. And therefore, there are other gods. So, because the gods are purifying themselves by themselves, then they can purify the humans or the worshippers who are there. That's why the remaining mantra is Om Indra Suniti Sahama Punatu Indra Suniti Sahama Punatu Somaha Swastya Varunaha Samichya Yamo Raja Prabhrunabhi Punatuma Jata Veda Om Urjayantya Punatu Ma Urjayantya Punatu Bhuvasuvaha. The sanctification ಅನ್ನೋದು it is not one way possible. There are so many people, so many things that have got to be observed so that the sanctity is being kept up. So that's why we remember, especially in COVID-19 time, how much of insistence was there on the humans to try not to become victim for the virus. So here also, we request the capable gods to be able to give us enough strength, enough mind, and all these things. So in that queue, our Sataitarya Brahmana and Yajurveda will tell us that Indra is one who is a Siniti. He is the king and he is the leader of leaders. And therefore, Ma Saha Punatu. There could be Saha also means strength. So in Indra, Indriyavan, Indrayava Indriyavanaham Bhuyasam, we say that. So Indra is a strong fellow, is a hero. And so Ma Saha Punatu, or with strength, let me be purified. Or along with many other people who are on the list, me also be included into that list. And so Indra is important because he is the leader of the leaders, Suniti. Su plus Niti, Suniti. Su means Sukham. Sunit, very well. So he is the best leader who can drive us in a Sanmarga, and therefore we trust this Maharaja, Indra Suniti Sahama Punatu. And Indra, after Indra, next we have got Soma. A Soma has to give us a Swastya. Swasthya means health, arogyam. See, especially in Ayurveda, there is a lot of definition, elaboration, and explanation, and all description, etc. about the swasti. Swasthyata is important. That is, in all aspects, we should remain healthy, because Kalidasa and so many people have pointed out to us, saying, Sariram Adyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. So, Sarira and Dharma Sadhana. That is what is the connection of the Sarira. The Sarira is not simply only for the Bhoga, but also it is for the Yoga. Also, it is for the Moksha. So that's why it says Dharmartha Kama Moksheshu Vaichachanyam. See, that is Dharma, Ka, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are all the four aims of human living. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And each one of these is connected to other, intertwined. So it is said, Dharmad Artha Prabhavati, and Artha Dharmat Prabhavati, and Dharmarthat Kamaha Prabhavati. And Dharmartha Kamanam Antyam is Moksham. That is relief from the compulsion of observances, dharmic and arthik, and artha, and also kama. So when once we transcend these layers or limits, then we get into the moksha. So swasti is ultimate, that maintenance of our sariram, so that we will be completely engaged in religious activity. And even religious activity does not mean only sit with your thing and keep on doing japa or this and all that. No, even our own vritti, professional activities, whatever profession one takes, it is also taken as vandanam. A doctor, engineer, a businessman, a woman in the house, or a woman in the office. And so all activity is connected to swasti only. That's what is the wider connotation for the word swasti. So, actually in Punyah Vachana mantras, which I am going to also mention before we go to the next mantra, next item in this, we got this swasti is, there are some 3-4 mantras which are connected to swasthiyanam. So, for example, one mantra I recite, now you understand how important it is for the swasti is important for the house and housemates, and also visitors of the house, and the neighborhood, and also the world. One mantra is like this: Om Swastaye Vayum Upabravamahai Somam Swasti Bhuvanasya Yaspatihi Brahaspatim Sarvaganam Swastaye Brahaspatim Sarvaganam Swastaye Swastaya Adityaso Bhavantu Naha Aditya Udayaniyaha Swastya Priyamte Pathyam Swastim Abhyudyante Swastyai Veda Priyante Swastyudyanti. So, and again, Swastina Indro Vruddhasrava, Swastina Pusha, etc. So, in this part, we observe how many gods are involved to bless us, maintenance of our sound body, sound mind, and sound success. So, if body is sound, sound means healthy. And then that will give, that's why for all the sound health, who is important? Soma. So Soma, I told, we have noted down in the Ayurveda class, that Soma is a god, Soma is a drink, Soma is a Chandra, Soma is Shiva with Parvati, so on. So when the moment you take the name Soma, probably all those dormant in the word Soma or in the activity Soma, they will join to get to give you health. So health is important. And in this particular mantra which you use in the Punyah Vachanam, Vayu, Soma, Bruhaspati, and also Adityaha, and so all these people are invoked in order that they give us a happy life, sound life, healthy life. That's why here Somaha Swastya and Varuna Samichya. Varuna is king of waters, is a Jaladhipati. Therefore, Varunamavahayami, Pujayami, Dhyayami, Namaskaromi, Varunaya, Aruna. See, like that, Varuna, Mitra and Varuna, basically they are dual deities, that is Dvandva Devatas. Mitra is the day maker, is a day god, and Varuna is the night god. Both put together hand in hand, they do it, and they give us 24 hours time. So ahaha is not only the day, but also means a day. So a day consists of 24 hours. In that, 12 hours for Mitra, 12 hours for the Varuna. Probably morning 6 to evening 6 is Varuna, is in Mitra, and evening 6 to morning 6 is Varuna. So Mitra, Varuna, their prayer is being done. And Samichya, so Varuna Samichya means with a happy outlook and also circumstances making comfortable for the living, for those who are having that swasti in them. And meanwhile, the Yama is an important deity, Yamo Raja. So Yamaraja, Yama has become king. And Shani Maharaja, Yama Raja. So this is how and there are, if you go to the mythology stories, how Shani became a Maharaja and how Yama became a Raja. And all these things, we have got some explanations, stories, and parables. But here it is not my view, my purview. Just we accept it as a Yama as a king. King in a sense that bright star. Without Yama, life is not there. And without Yama, life will not end. Without Yama, we don't be punitas, again fresh, relieved of all our sins. Therefore, Yamo Raja Ma Punato, even he has to also Punato, he has to also make us Pramrunabhihi. I think, I don't know. So, she's also a Pramrunabhi is a plural thing. So, Samichya, Swastya, Pramrunabhihi. These are all the manners, I think, with which the Punitatvam is being attributed to the individuals who are in want of that, who perform necessary rites commensurate to beget that kind of purity. And Jata Veda Ma Urjayantya Punatu. So Agni is the only one who gives you Urja. And the very Ajurveda mantra, Ajurveda formulas begin like that. Ishet Urjetva Vayavastha Devo Vasavita Prarpayatu Sreshtatamaaya Karmane Apyayadvamadhriyaha Anta Yajurveda begins. But in Yajurveda is only because of the cows. And also the cow milk and milk products. The final product of the milk is the clarified butter. Therefore, ಈ ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಊಟ ಬೇಕಲ್ವ, ಆಹಾರ ಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಯು ಈಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನಾದೇವ ಭವಂತಿ ಜೀವಾನಿ ಅನ್ನಾದ್ಯೇವ ಭವಂತಿ ಭೂತಾನಿ ಅನ್ನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ತೈತ್ರಿ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇತಿ ವ್ಯಜಾನಾತ್ अन्नाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते अन्नं प्रयन्ति अभिसंविशन्ति इति ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. And also we got Anna Suktam. There we have wonderful elaboration, definition and explanation of the importance of Annam. And that who will give Jata Veda, because he knows the hunger, the taste, the requirement ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ and Agni is called as Jataveda because he will be able to give Samruddhi and Abhyudaya. So Agni is energy. For example, if you at all you want to go, everybody has got a lot of Agni inside us. 98.4 degrees ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. ಆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಶರೀರಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಜಾತವೇದ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಊರ್ಜವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿ. ಊರ್ಜಯಂತ್ಯಾ ಮಾ. ಸೊ ಊರ್ಜ ಯಾರನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾ ಇಸ್ ಷಷ್ಠಿ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ. ನನಗೆ ಊರ್ಜೆಯನ್ನು ಜಾತವೇದ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. So whatever these mantras connect are uttered are not only confined to only Bhuloka. This is what I think. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Connected to Bhuloka, Suvaha, Antarikshaloka. Sorry, Bhuvaha is the Antarikshaloka. Suvaha is Jiloka. Means that ಭೂಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜ್ಯೂಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್. All these three are taken as the Vedic treatise. So, Urjayantam. So, ultimately, with this we come to the conclusion of the select mantras connected to Punyah Vachanam. But as our Satish said, the Punyah Vachanam mantras heading is not absolutely appropriate. However, the Punyaham is mainly to see that the day becomes pure, not contaminated, not fixed with the unwanted desires and unhappiness. Because we become unhappy whether it is necessary or unnecessary. We worry whether it is necessary or unnecessary. But we have a good load of worries which are not necessary at all. So, adukosra we are all being told that don't worry, or we tell ourselves. So, we have the prayer to the water and the importance of water and what the water can do for you. Then we have also prayer for Agni, who is capable of purifying us. That mother and son. Water is the mother and Agni is the sun. So then we have Vaiswadevi or Vaiswadeva or Vaiswadevi, Mahavishnu Swarupam, Mahalakshmi. She is there. She has to protect us. Then, because of the deities that we have mentioned here and the mantras also will accordingly. For example, Devajanaha. So, Devajanaha Mam Purantu. Then, because Agni illade idre, ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Most important thing is the Agni. And then water, Agni, and other deities like Saraswati. No, I'm in the class. తర్వాత ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను. ఎవరిని నువ్వు పిలిచమ్మా, నేనేం లేదు, శివలింగ రాజలేదు కూడా. సాయంత్రం ఆయన నేను ఐ విల్ కాల్ హిమ్ బికాజ్ నేను చెప్పాడు నాకు ఈరోజు రాత్రి పొద్దున రమ్మని చెప్పాడు. గురువారం నాడు రమ్మని చెప్పాట. ప్రాబ్లీ బిజీగా ఉన్నాను చెప్పాట. సో మోస్ట్లీ టుమారో దే ఆర్ మీటింగ్ ఆల్. ಗೋಪಿನಾಥ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ చేస్తానన్నాడు. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ చెప్పాడు ఇప్పుడే ఇంతకుముందు. డోంట్ వరీ శ్రీరామ్. Sorry. So then all these Pavamani mantras, those mantras which will affect the purification, sanctity, and punyatvam to all. Punya is upliftment. So he is connected to, is bestowed, is given to the Rishis, and the Rishis have deposited that in Brahmins, and Brahmanas are connected to the gods. So that's why it's all a linked program. ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಆರ್ ಪುರೋಹಿತ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರೋ ತನಕ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಪಾಟಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಪೂಜೆ ಸತ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ ವ್ರತಂ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ರತಂ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ವ್ರತಂ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವೆನ್ ಪುರೋಹಿತ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್, all people will be alert and come there and start. So to say that with the power of the mantras, we imagine that Purohit is bringing all the gods into our parlor and make them sit, make them accept, make them feel happy, and make them also to get out. And that is the power that Brahmaneshu Amrutam Hitam, when this particular sentence has been Rushibhihi Samrutaha Brahmaneshu Hitam. So what has been acquired by the Rishis, that is being found, practiced by the Brahmins, and on the Brahmins, what they do is Amrutam, and that Amrutam is always a Hitam for others. Therefore, Brahmaneshu Amrutagum Hitam. And then we have got the mention of the other gods, most important, Indra, then Soma, Yama, and Jatavedaha. That too, Agni is a general name, but Agni has got different kirtis depending upon the function that he is correspondingly specialized. So, for example, yesterday, on Sunday, I don't know whether Satisha or some people who are here attended, but he has given wonderful concept about the Agni in general. Actually, in Aruna Prashna, we have the variety of Agni or Agni Swarupas ultimately Kamagnim Chinute is a good question. And Kamagnim Chinute is being answered just with that Arunaketu Kamagnim Chinute. And what happens when he performs the Arunaketuka Agni is that Arunaketuka Agni performance, he will get all benefits and everything. Arunaketuka Magnim Chinvanaha anta heltare. Anybody who prefers to perform this Agni and all these procedures, so that is there, and moreover it is coming in the YouTube. I have forwarded to our groups. I hope they will go through all that and come to note down that when Agni is Jata Veda, when Agni becomes ultimately Swishtakrut Agni. So Swishtakrut, and whatever is Ishta for the Yajamana, and that is, and also on priority wise, that Agni is able to grant for the devotee. Therefore, he is called Swishtakrut. And mantra correctly also will tell you that Agni Kamaya Yemire. Why at all Agni is being kindled or worshipped and all that? Yajurveda tells Agni Kamaya Yemire. So they tell Agni, Aya, unless there is a desire in the Yajamana and people, they will not think of Agni and kindle him and perform worship to that. And Agni is Surya, Agni is Rudra, Agni is all in all. Sarvohi Eshaha Agnihi, Suryaha anta, Adityaha anta. So even Vishnu also is Agni. So in otherwise called Yajna, Yajnapatim Gacha, Yajamanam Gacha, Mam Gacha, anta Yajna no fire. So Jata Veda Urjayantam. And finally, we have this particular mantra, which is also which is from Rigveda, 10th Mandala, 90th Sukta, 1 to 16 mantras. And in Yajurveda also, at in Purusha Sukta, so we get. And in Yajurveda, we have got some more mantras, 16 plus 6 or 8, so that the number of the mantras for the extolling of the Mahavishnu are added, and that will be beginning from the Adhyaha Sambhotah Prithivyairasachya Vishwakarmana Samavartata Adhi. From that, and the Purusukta there begins with the Shanti mantra, ends with the Shanti mantra. So this mantra is very important, because we ask them, what we ask that Chayo, Satish Garu recite chestara ee mantram?
Which one?
Last mantra, Shanti mantra, Tat Chayor Avruni Mahe.
Okay. Tatcham Shayoraruണിമഹേ Gatum Yagnaya Gatum Yagnapataye Daivi Swastirastunah Swastirmanushebyah Urdhvam Jigatu Beshajam Shanno Astudvipade Sham Chatushpade Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Repeat again, please.
Tatcham Yoravruണിമഹേ Gatum Yagnaya Gatum Yagnapataye Daivi Swastirastunah Swastirmanushebyah Urdhvam Jigatu Beshajam Shanno Astudvipade Sham Chatushpade Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Yes. Look at it. The word tat sem, tatsam, tatsavituhu, tadatma, and tat brahma. Are you catching, sir? Here tat is something, question mark, to which you don't have an answer, Paramatma has an answer for that. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe. Purusha Tat. So Tattvamasi is the Mahavakya. Tattvam is truth. And Tat means I know some things. I don't know many things. And those things which I do not know, probably I must get it and then experience it. So whatever I deserve, that only you have to also add to me or bless me. In addition to that, what I have asked. So this much implication of meaning, I think, is there. Even once we see that. And what is that you want to specifically ask for? If Paramatma asks you, Satish Garu, the best one that we must ask God is Syam. Syam means Shanti, peace, happiness, health, and so on. So Syam is, that's why Syam Agni Ragnebhis Sam Agni Ragnebhis Karas Channastabatu Surya. So Syam Agni, Syam, ಈ ಸಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ in your mobile you call it as SIM. SIM and SIM. If SIM is not there in your mobile, whatever baby, it's only small tin, dabba. But SIM ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, SIM ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, plus activate ಆಗಬೇಕು. Activate
that is Atma of mobile.
So that SIM ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? That I want. That which activates the sadhana, and that sadhana is Syam, and Siddhi is Tat. Therefore, Aham Brahmasmi, Brahmaivaham, Naparaha, etc. Adarali Tat Chayyor Avrunimahe. In another place, we say Tat Chayyo. That even say Shamno Mitrasyam Varunaha. Shamno Bhavatvaryama. Shanna Indro. So there Sham. And Korega Inalti Samastu Naha. So may there be peace to us. Whatever that has been granted to you must bring happiness, must bring peace of mind. So when you complete the work, it should be bringing you mental peace. If the mental peace is not given, then we are worried. So that's why you cannot know what is that will make peaceful permanently for long. Another question mark. Therefore, we ask Tat. I'm just explaining the word Tat Sayyaha and Tanno Mitro Varuno. So Taha Tat Naha Mitra Varuna. So anywhere you observe the expression Tat, but here having had the Punitattvam to your house, to you and to neighborhood and all that, now ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? We are just asking Vrunimahe, Vru to choose, Vru to select. And Vrunimahe is a verb, Vedic verb, meaning plural. So we choose, we select. So we want Shanti, we want Swasti. Syam also means Swasti. Syam also means Punyada Pala. We want to get the fruits of Punyam. So Sentat Chayyo, that is not simply Vrunimahe, Avrunimahe. The upasarga absolutely, completely we want to have all that equipment that makes us really comfortable. So peaceful. Yajnaya gatum, two meanings are there. In order to go to the sacrificial hall or in order to make praise of the yajna being performed. Not only yajna, also for the Yagnapati, the overlord, the sponsor of the yajnas. So these are all the things that are, so the same, what sem or what happiness that you are asking is not personal. It is for the yajna or activity. It is for the sponsorer or yagnapati, and then you. So you are, the priest includes himself, the king or yajamana, and also the people who have come to attend the sessions. And next again, all time there is a swasti on Punyah Vachanam. But what kind of swasti we want? We want a divine. Daivi swasti rastunaha. Daivi swasti means it is something superficially great and spiritual. Naha is a prayer for by the gods. So in Rigveda, you get this mantra where it is revealed to the rishis, and originally the rishis have kept the mantra for themselves and they parted for the benefit of the people. Therefore, here Yogadam Yajnaya Devi Swastirastunaha and Swasti Manushebhya. So here we got included. When one fellow comes and does this, then what happens is that that Devi Swasti must occur to all human beings. After blessing all people in the form of good health, making all people active, energetic. So this is what is that. And Daivi Swasti. We have Manushi Swasti, Rakshasi Swasti, etc. But Daivi is divine, spiritual upliftment. And not only to us, but also to the Manushyas. Those who are thinkers, they should also get the scope. And Beshajam, let all the fruits be. That is the top is being freed, and let there be on the top of the trees a large number of fruits. And so, Swasti Manushebhya and Bheshajam Urdhvam Jigatu. So let the Bheshaja or medicine for my illness, if I take, it should reach the gods also. And then Sindhu Astu Dvipade. So let all Brahmins be happy, Senna. Then Senna Dvipade. Brahmins first, then bipeds
No,
second.
2 foot and 4 feet. Vipade, Chatushpade. All the animals and all the men.
Yeah.
Vipade is 2 people, 2 feet.
Dvipade, Sem Chatushpade. So to say, the man world and animal world completely covered. And secondly, Chatushpade means, I was told there are creatures, yesterday in talk that Raghava was telling, there are creatures which are having 100 feet. Shatpadi, so like Sahasraksha, Rudra.
Centipede, millipede like that.
Millified, okay, very good. So 100 feet. And imagine, so all the creatures upon the earth are counted by the number of legs. And the number of legs determines the brilliance and intelligence in the individuals. Because all the men are supposed to be very intelligent by birth. But they cannot be intelligent. Their intelligence is erased when we go for sitting academic study. So I think I will stop here. Such a nice thing we completed. And Satish Garu, would you suggest any other thing other than Vishnu Suktam or anything?
What about Bhagya Suktam next?
No, I have thought, but we do Vishnu Suktam. Bhagya Suktam, I don't know. Vishnu Suktam, we do it. And it is having a long time, and we come to know about, because it's also Jeshtamasam and all that, and we have not done the Vishnu Suktam, it is novel. So we shall try to go with it.
Okay.
Om Swasti.
Sahanavavatu, Sahanau Punaktu, Saha Viryankaravavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamat Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Hari Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Rest of the things I have not written.
Sarvam Sri Matru Charanaravindarpanamastu.
Astu
Veda
Veda
Purusha
Purusha
Ashirvadam.
Ashirvadostu.
Om Tat
Swasti.
Sat.
Dhanyawad.
Bhava.